Salutations! Hello and welcome to another episode on the Unminers server. This is now episode 8 and actually it's just one day after the release of my episode 7, in which I introduced the cactus farm here down in the basement, and in the meanwhile I finished the 3 corners I want to build it in. Yep, here it is. You can see down there standing the cacti on their sand blocks, and besides the fences, the fence posts, which makes the growing cacti pop off, drop into the water, flowing round, and somewhere down there going into a chest. I will show you in a moment. And on this side also, and on this side. And as you might notice, I changed the nether brick with regular spruce wood to match the floor a little bit better. So we have all over the place matching colors with the normal oak wood and the spruce wood. And the brown glass, of course. So, okay. Now, 2 things I want to do today. First, the items that gets collected down there, I will show you, have to be transported upwards. So this is the area where behind there is the pumpkin and melon farm. And I have to fiddle around a little bit with the wiring for the pistons. It's also narrow in here. This is the water stream coming over from that corner, and here is the water stream coming over from both these corners there. Down here is the collecting of the pumpkin and melon farm with the minecart, with the hopper minecart. And all of this stuff gets collected in this chest. And you see, I only was online maybe 2 hours since I implemented all the cacti farms, and we already got over a stack. And pumpkins and melons, of course. So, as you can see, it's a bit narrow down here, and it's ugly. And we don't have really a good way into this. This is the way down to the zombie spawner, and this is all just makeshift. So we have to think about a way to get these items somewhere there. And I want to put a chest here down in this wall there. And there will be the items transported up. I would prefer to have it here or here, but I guess, oh well, maybe you can have it here. But it will look kind of ugly, because behind here is nothing basically. So you can look behind there. Not really a friend of it. Maybe there, maybe here. We will see. So, the items have to come up. This is the goal number 1. Goal number 2. I want to get rid of this button. The button is here. Boink, you see. It harvests the melons and pumpkins and shoots out the hopper minecart to collect all the stuff. So it magically disappears from the surface. But the button here is, first of all, ugly. And not not very, well, what is it? Efficient. It's not efficient to come down here, press a button. The things will grow more or less on a daily circle, I guess. So I will make use of the daylight sensor. I built already one to consider the right farming time. And the daylight sensor has to be built outside, So we will build it somewhere outside here, because it must have sky blocks over it. Otherwise, it won't. Here's the hole. Here's the hole too. You see, I dug a hole down there. Somewhere is the chest we want to bring up. So the daylight sensor has to go somewhere over here, maybe like this. We have to build it outside, no matter what. So, two things. The daylight sensor should harvest the pumpkins and melons. And then we must build an item elevator, which brings constantly all harvested items up. And by harvested items, I mean everything that's in this chest. So it's melons, pumpkins, and cacti. And bring it up to, oh, there you can see the chest right besides the portal. This chest or this chest, we will see. I will use the a technique. I am not sure how who introduced it. I have no idea. I saw it sometimes in a video a few months ago. We will use a glass tube elevator. So we don't need any kinds of droppers to bring the things up. We need one dropper to get excuse me, to get the items out into the chute, out of the chest, and then we just need a glass tube, and that brings the item up. I will show you later when the build is done. So now I will go into building this, and when I am roughly done, I will show up back and make a little progress report. See you later. Okay, at least the basic design for the elevator is done. I can tell you, it's so hard to squeeze this in here. There's so not enough space. Oh, I want to play an upper caving round with Acid. Let me just quickly answer him. Recording at the moment. No, this was right. Okay, just a quick demonstration before I have to go caving. So now this here, this chest will later be a maybe a dropper or a hopper. We'll see. It will be over this here, and then it will basically shoot out the items you see here, and then they do nothing. There it goes. They hover upwards. We had 9, I guess. Let me quickly get all of them inside here and watch them hover upwards. Boing, boing, boing. Good. Now find our way out. You see how narrow and tight this all is. So the elevator will be shown. I guess it's not enough space, not at all. And now you see, oops, one's lost. Where did we lose one? Maybe we had only 8. I have no idea. I tested it a few times and it worked reliable. Yeah, maybe. Okay, I think it's okay. So now this is the basic design. This all has to be, of course, make a little bit more purdy. I will go with the scheme of the red clay and the nether quartz, just as here in the nether wart farm. I get rid of this nether wart farm. First of all, we don't need really that much. and we don't have the space. I really hoped I could squeeze the elevator behind the farm, but it's absolutely no chance at all, because we have here the staircase, which otherwise has to go away. We have here, you can see, I had to bring it out one block here. Well, it doesn't matter. We don't need the space here in the staircase. We can just boink, 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 close this off here, this side, and it's still okay. But you see, we collide everywhere with the staircase, with the farms, even with the outside. Directly on top there, where you can see the dirt there, is the outside. So we have so less space than we need. But this is the basic design. You can see now I have to hook up the dropper and the hopper downstairs and hook it onto a comparator clock, so it shoots out the items every time it's something in there. And now I will go on my upper caving route with acid, but that will be shown in a separate episode, of course. I will see you later, once when I done upper caving with acid, and twice when I finished at least this part of the build. See you later, bye bye. It's done. Okay, let's take a look at it. So I tried to keep the design of the netherwort farm here and put everything behind that. You can see the water where the items are dropping down, and here at the double chest where all the stuff's ending. I had to make the decision to cut the lower staircase off because there is not enough space, not at all. So I will go here around. It doesn't really matter. It's just the way down to the branch mining. So let's see how I did it. Oops. Oh, so hard to navigate down in here. We are in the latest snapshot, which is actually 14W20B, and you can see not all bugs are fixed. They implement new ones. Redstone dust sometimes connect weirdly. You can see, but it functions completely. So yeah, here is where all the things arrive. This one is from the cacti farm on the left, cacti farm on the right. Behind there is the mechanism of the minecart, hopper minecart, which collects melons and pumpkins. Excuse me. And everything ends in these hoppers, which leads to the dropper here, and by this what's it called? Comparator clock. It shoots out every single item. I can demonstrate when I put something in here. You see, every item triggers the comparator, which then triggers itself to nullify the signal, and then gets triggered again. And by this repeater, the dropper itself is triggered. So it shoots out one item at a time, and all gone. And they're on their way up. I completely built this cage from of stone around the glass tube, so nothing can accidentally hop out. And I didn't memorize the number. And it ends up here. We can test it with a few pumpkins. Looks better if you can see that everything's ending up in the chest. Hopefully, at least it done in my tests. So pumpkins in there. We had 11 and still 49 in the inventory. Let's see. Wait a moment so we don't accidentally grab one on their way up. And then let's head over to the chest and see if it's happened. All 11 in there. I can't really show you, I think. Well, let's see. Can grieve a little bit inside here. Here is the glass tube, which leans down to the bottom. And here's the water source block, which then transports over this hopper, which leads into the chest. It functions because glass is not considered a massive block. It's not a solid block. That's what it's. A solid block. Glass is not considered. Hey, where is my? And because glass isn't considered a solid block, items can go through it and will try to leave the block at the first possible place. And because it is surrounded by solid stone blocks, the first possible place is the water source block right on top here. And therefore it gets transported up without droppers. Well, at least without that many droppers. We just need that one. And I hooked up the pumpkin and melon farm on a daylight sensor, which seems to function a little bit weird. I haven't used them for a while, but they trigger also in moonlight, which is a little bit weird, I think. I don't think that it's intentional. Down there is the daylight sensor. Oh, we can hop down there. Whoop. Which triggers then the monostable circuit, which shoots out all the pistons to harvest melons and pumpkins, and shoots out also the hopper minecart to collect all the stuff, which then ends back in here, the central hopper, and up on the elevator. And where is my way out? There is my way out. Okay, close it back up. So I'm quite comfortable so far with the way the mining is going out. Ooh, you hear the chicken. Yeah, for my chicken project at spawn. I already took a place. So I think next episode we will head over to spawn and build something there. So my farm is done for now. As I meant, ooh, what's this? The lightning is still weird, and the actual snapshot even weirder. You see here with the stairs? I think they will fix it. Yeah, I thought about hooking up this farm to. Oh, you heard? You heard the cactus popping off? Nice. Let's see. We should hear a click. Well, come on. Ready when you are. Yeah, the show effect. No. Well, it will click eventually. But I don't have space here for harvesting it automatically. Maybe later. To expand it a little bit and hook it up with some, well, I don't know, maybe some sort of hopper minecart down below. I have no idea. Right now, I am quite comfortable with the way the farms are turning out. I like it the way it is, and so I consider it ready. Oh, I have to replace this with an oak half slab. Oh, we'll do this later. Hope you liked the episode and my basement farm. Now that it is finished, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, I wish you all a very lovely weekend. Bye bye.